you knocked on my door, I wasn't sure what to expect. I didn't think it'd be you, standing there looking so unsure. You didn't even say anything at first, just kind of glanced away like you weren't sure if you should have come. But I'm glad you did. You don't have to look so nervous. It's just me. If you're here, it's because you needed something, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. The storm can be a lot, especially when you're on your own. So, come on in. You're soaked. Let me grab you something dry. Here, this blanket should help. It's warm and soft, and it'll chase away that chill. You can sit on the edge of the bed if you want, or wherever you're comfortable. I just want you to feel safe. I can tell this is out of your comfort zone. You keep fidgeting, and you won't even look at me for longer than a second. That's okay, though. There's no pressure here. You're allowed to feel however you feel. The storm seems to be getting worse, doesn't it? The lightning's so bright it lights up the whole room for a second. It's okay, though. You're not alone in it anymore. We're in this little bubble of quiet now, away from the noise. You can stay as long as you need to. There's no rush. You don't have to say anything if you don't want to. Just be here and let the rest of it fade into the background. Sometimes, that's all you really need. The rain's still coming down hard, but you seem a little calmer now. That's good. It's nice to see you letting your shoulders drop a bit, like the tension's finally easing up. You were so tense when you first walked in. I could practically feel it from across the room. You're holding onto the blanket like it's the only thing keeping you grounded. I get it. Sometimes you just need something solid, something that feels safe when the rest of the world feels unpredictable. I'm glad I could give you that, even in a small way. I can tell the storm still has you a little on edge, though. It's in the way you flinch when the thunder hits, even though you're trying not to show it. You don't have to hide that from me, you know. I've been scared of storms before, too. There's no shame in it. Do you hear the rhythm of the rain? If you listen closely, it's almost like a song. It's soft, steady, and constant, even when the thunder breaks in. I've always thought it was kind of soothing once you focus on it, like nature's own lullaby in a way. You don't have to say much, but I can tell being here is helping. You're sitting closer now, and your breathing is a little steadier. I hope you know that I don't mind at all. You don't have to feel awkward about it. The storm's not something we can control. But this, being here, sharing this quiet little space, it's enough to make it feel smaller, like it's just a part of the night, not the whole thing. And no matter how long it lasts, we'll get through it together. You're starting to relax more. I can feel it, the way the tension is melting away bit by bit. It's nice to see. You're not holding the blanket so tightly anymore, and you're not as restless. It's like the storm isn't quite as big as it was before. I've always believed that being around someone else makes everything feel a little more manageable. You don't have to face it all alone, and you don't have to put on a brave face with me. If you're still nervous or uneasy, that's okay too. There's no rush to feel better. The thunder isn't as sharp now, but the rain is still steady. It's a good kind of sound, isn't it? Like the world's being gently washed clean. Sometimes I think about how the air smells after a storm. Fresh, new, almost like a promise of something better. You're quieter now. I don't know if it's the storm calming, or just the comfort of being here, but I can see it in your expression. That softness in your eyes, the way you're letting yourself settle more into the space around you. It makes me happy to know you feel safe here. It's funny how something as simple as sitting together can make a difference. We're not doing anything special, but it feels important. Like just being here in this moment is enough. Maybe that's all we ever really need sometimes, to feel like we're not alone. You don't have to say anything if you don't want to. I'm here, and I'm not going anywhere. The storm will pass, just like it always does. Until then, we'll sit here and we'll wait it out together. That's more than enough for tonight. The storm feels like it's starting to quiet down now. The thunder's softer, rolling farther away, and the rain has settled into a lighter rhythm. It's almost peaceful, isn't it? Like the world is catching its breath after all that chaos. You've gotten so much calmer. You're leaning back now, letting the blanket drape over your shoulders, and your breathing has slowed. I can tell you're not as tense as before. It's good to see you like this, a little more at ease. Sometimes, moments like these remind me of how small everything else can feel. The storm might have been loud and overwhelming, but now it's just a backdrop, just something that'll fade into memory. What stays is this, sitting here, sharing the quiet. You've stopped glancing around so much. It's like you found a rhythm, letting the sounds of the rain and the stillness of the room settle into you. It's nice, isn't it? Just this little pocket of calm. You don't have to worry about anything right now. Whatever was on your mind before the storm, whatever made you hesitate to knock on my door, it doesn't matter. All that matters is that you're here, safe and warm, and you don't have to face any of it alone. The rain's like a soft melody now, a lullaby just for us. It's okay to let your eyes close if you're tired. I'll be right here. You don't have to say a word. Just rest and let the night carry you. You're safe, and that's all that matters. The room feels so quiet now, like the storm is giving way to something softer. The rain's still falling, but it's gentle, almost like a whisper against the windows. It feels like the world has finally slowed down, just for us. You look so peaceful like this. I don't know if you realize it, but your face has this softness to it now, like all the weight you were carrying has finally lifted. It's nice to see you like this, calm and at ease. I was thinking about how storms are kind of like life sometimes. They come in loud and unexpected, shaking everything up, and you think they'll never end. But then they do, and what's left is something quiet, something steady. Being here with you feels like that steady calm. You've let yourself sink into the blanket now. I can tell you're fighting to keep your eyes open, but you don't have to. It's okay to let go, to let yourself rest. You've been through enough tonight, and you deserve this moment to just breathe and let it all fade away. I'll stay right here, I promise. There's no reason to feel shy or worried. You're not bothering me, not in the slightest. If anything, I'm glad you trusted me enough to be here. It means more than you know. The rain's almost like a heartbeat now, steady and soft. You can let it carry you. Let it guide you into sleep. I'll still be here when you wake up, and the storm will just be a memory by then. For now, just rest. You're safe, you're warm, and everything's okay.